Okay, in this session we are going to create a steel shelf frame from sheet metal components and stock material. So if we go to File, New Component, Part. And while I'm waiting for that to load, it's very important to note that this does require a certain amount of knowledge regarding how sheet metal works and how metalworking works in a real engineering environment. So it's going to set up now here in the next few moments. Okay, so starting out, we want to make sure that we have a sheet metal and a weldments tab. Okay, if they're not there, you need to right click and just tick that they are there. Okay, please also make sure that you're using millimeters, grams and seconds, please. Okay, so we're going to start with a metal box which is going to be used for the base of, or going to be used as the main shelving component. So we're going to start with a base flange or tab, and we can draw this on the top plane. You could use other planes, but we're going to work with the top plane here. Okay, so I'm going to draw a center rectangle, and I'm going to draw out. Note how I have the center of my shape on the red origin arrows. Okay, so that means that it's easier to fully define my shape. So I can click OK on that, and I want to smart dimension this, so I'm going to give it the dimensions of 200 by 60. It doesn't matter too much what dimensions you use for yourself as long as they make sense to you. So 200 by 60. Okay, and I can click this little blue arrow here. I will then get an option to add a thickness to this material. So I can use a gauge table, which will give me materials that are normally used in different engineering materials. So if we go for a sample table in aluminium metric, doesn't matter too much, that'll take a couple of seconds to load, and then we can browse. Okay, so you can use that if you like. Okay, basically that just has certain parameters and tells the materials to work in a certain manner. We're going to set a thickness as well, so the material thickness is going to be 3 millimeters, and everything else can be the same. That's fine. So that's our sheet metal base. So now we want to put on an edge flange here. Edge flange. So it's important to do all of these at the same time, and basically you're going to select your 4 corners. Okay, sometimes you might accidentally press the bottom and get something a bit like that. If that happens, just press the arrow and it'll change direction back again. It's important to do all of these at the same time, so if you don't do them all at the same time, then you get funny corners and they don't work out the way that they would actually work out in real life. The flange length we're going to set to 40 millimeters. Okay, and the flange position is the material inside, so the overall shape of the material or the overall dimensions of the base is not going to change. If it was important to keep the 200 by 60 on the inside, then we would have material outside, or even the bend outside. So there's a few different ones that you can have a look at there. Okay, but for this we're going to use material inside. I'm also going to put a hem, which is basically a rounded edge on the top of 3 of these shapes or 3 of these sides to nicely, just make it nice to touch, and it's not going to cause any cuts or any scrapes or anything like that. So we're going to use a hem, and again this is taking a few moments to load. So again, select the outside edges, and I'm just picking 3 there. Okay, I can edit the details here if I want, so I'm going to go with a rolled hem. Okay, and actually no, I'm going to go with the teardrop. Teardrop is a bit nicer looking. Basically it will fold in over the edge of your workpiece. Okay, something similar to that. Click OK. Okay, and at that point then we can flatten out the material if we like, and it shows us how big the material is and where the bends are. Okay, so that's something that we can do if we like. Okay, so we can save that. Oops. File, save as. Okay, so this is going to be the box shelf. Okay, so that's what I'm going to call that. Okay, and that's component 1 done.